My name is Barbara Renner, and I'm the author of 3 picture books about Quincy the Quail. The first one is called Quincy the Quail and the Mysterious Egg. And the second one is called Quincy the Quail Leads His Family on an Adventure. And the third one is called Quincy the Quail Saves a Life. Now let me tell you a little bit about Quincy. Quincy is known as a Gambel's quail. He lives in the Sonoran Desert, and I'm sitting in the middle of the Sonoran Desert. We have the beautiful saguaro cactus, we have palo verde trees, and so Quincy calls this his home. It's a beautiful home. And let me show you, this little stuffed animal is similar to Quincy. It's not the same species. It's called a California quail. But I'm telling you this because I wanted to show this little thing on top of their heads. It's called a top knot, and it is a bunch of feathers together. Well, Quincy's top knot is a little bit too long, and sometimes it flops in front of his eyes. So Quincy looks similar to this. He's a little thinner, and he has a little more color on him. So I'm going to squeeze this to see if you can hear it. This is the call that a quail makes. And so now you know what a quail sounds like. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to read this book called Quincy the Quail Leads His Family on an Adventure. Quincy the Quail and his family live under a shrub in the desert. His friend, a great horned owl, sits on top of the saguaro cactus guarding the neighborhood. Hoo-hoo, hoo-hoo, Mr. Owl calls. Quincy's mate, Quella, answers. Good morning, Mr. Owl. Now you might be wondering what this black square is. It's called a QR code. And with an app on your phone, you can scan the code and hear what the owl says. You can hear the hoot. So I'm going to scan the code, and I'm going to hold this out so you can hear the owl hoot. Oh, I take that back. This is a quail. That's what a quail sounds like. So a little bit later you'll see another black square, and that'll be the great horned owl. Quincy is the leader of his family. When his top knot of feathers flops in front of his eyes, he blows a puff of air to straighten them. Hoo-hoo, hoo-hoo. Mr. Owl thinks that's funny. Quella and the children chuckle too. Quincy leads his covey on an adventure around the desert neighborhood. They scurry from tree to bush, searching for seeds and insects to eat. Follow me. We'll find seed pods for breakfast. Quincy's feet pad along the dirt. His family follows close behind. They gather around the green sage and feast on the seeds. Mr. Owl watches from his perch. Hoo-hoo, hoo-hoo. Now I think this black square is going to be Mr. Owl. So let's hear what a great horned owl sounds like. They have a very distinctive hoot. Come on, Mr. Owl. I hope you heard that. They come to a palo verde branch on the path. Quincy stops. I'll show you how to go across this limb. He runs, jumps on top, and hops over. See, it's easy. Quincy leaps back to join his family. Follow me. Quincy runs, but he doesn't jump in time. He slams into the branch and falls backward into a bush. We'll help you, Daddy. The chicks pull on Quincy's feet. The quails bounce over the branch and Quincy scurries to the front. A large saguaro blocks their way. Follow me around this cactus. While Quincy looks back at his family, he bumps into the saguaro and rolls on the ground. Hoo-hoo, hoo-hoo, chuckles Mr. Owl. I'm okay, Mr. Owl. Quincy blows his top knot out of his eyes. The covey hurries around the cactus, and Quincy takes the lead. Quincy watches as the dark clouds spread across the sky. Looks like rain. We'd better dash for home. I know a shortcut, so run fast and get ready to jump over this dry wash. A trickle of water begins to flow. The trickle becomes a faster stream, carrying twigs and leaves. Quincy runs to leap over, but the water is moving too quickly, and he lands in the middle of the flood. He yells, "Kids, stay where you are. Mr. Owl, grab my top knot." "Hoo-hoo, hoo-hoo," yells Mr. Owl. Mr. Owl swoops down to the rushing water, picks Quincy up by his top knot, and carries him to his family. Quincy blows his top knot out of his eyes. Thank you, Mr. Owl. The covey chatters a happy song. So this little black square is going to be a covey of quail. That's what a group of quail is called. They're called a covey. So let's scan it and see if we can hear the covey of quail. Quincy's family is very happy to have him back home, safe. Quincy leads his family home using a different route. That was fun, Daddy. Let's go on another adventure. Tomorrow, kids. Tomorrow, Quincy smiles. Hoo-hoo, hoo-hoo. You can come too, Mr. Owl. And that's the end. There are little boxes in the book that tells you about Quincy the Quail and Gamble's quail and great horned owls. And also in the back of the book, there's a section on the Sonoran Desert. So you can read all about the Sonoran Desert and where it is. It's in southern Arizona and southern California, and it goes into Mexico too. And there's a glossary too with words so that you'll know the words that are used in the book. So I hope someday you can read this book on your own